Well, the greatest train that ever run down America's railroad track was the orange blossom special, bringing my baby back. From New York to Miami, you could see them drivers roll, but the orange blossom special don't stop Waldo anymore.
Hey there, everybody. It's Lydia, the TallyStitcher, back with another Flosstube. I think it's been about 2 weeks since my last update. I told y'all that this month would be busy, and I wasn't wrong. I'm still recuperating. Yesterday, my husband and I got to celebrate our year and a day of marriage by actually having our wedding reception. Last year, because of everything that happened, we had to postpone our reception, and we had our wedding ceremony at my in-laws. So we were legally married, but we couldn't have guests and stuff come, so it was really just me and my in-laws. And we ended up postponing until essentially a year and a day later. So when I was able to book or reschedule with our venue, our original our anniversary was already booked by another event, which was fine. We didn't know what was going to happen, but it just worked out that it was a year and a day, which actually made for just a really, cute little way to call it. We still used all of our planned for decorations and games, and just had to alter the setup just a little bit. Our venue was very accommodating. They're very safe. We followed all the local protocols by the CDC. I'm not sure what my cats are doing today, y'all. And had a really nice time. The weather was pretty good. It didn't rain on us, luckily. It was a little hot, but we did have an air-conditioned place we could kind of go and hang out. So I was in and out all day. People came and went for a couple hours, and it was really nice. My mom got to come up. I haven't seen her in over a year, so it was really nice to have that kind of reunion feel. I'm petting a kitty, by the way. That's why I'm leaning. Just leaning. So, with that being said, I've stitched a little bit, but not a lot. My husband has been keeping on with the knitting and the stitching. I actually didn't get a chance to get video of his third hat that he finished before he gave it away. It was a gift to my mom's boyfriend. But if you follow him on Instagram, he's Metal X Stitch. You can see the hat that he finished last week. So that was his third hat. And then I'm also going to show you his new start / whip that he has got going in the last couple weeks and is making really good progress on. I'll show you my stuff. Like I said, not a lot of progress. I've been doing other crafty things. If you follow me on Instagram, you will see all the other random stuff that I've been doing. But I have quite a bit of haul. Some of it's like leftover birthday haul, and some of it's, I'll tell you the story. So we'll go through that. This probably won't be a super long video. We'll see what I get done this week as we kind of get back into the routine of things and start making progress. And yeah, so thanks for stopping by. Welcome if you're new. This is a Flosstube channel for cross stitch. Sometimes I show the other crafts that I do. I show my husband's work. He's also a cross stitcher and fiber arts fanatic, so he does knitting and cross stitching. I can't figure out knitting. I might try crochet at some point. I'm not sure yet. So let's get started. First, we'll show hubby's start and his current work in progress that he's been boogieing along on. I will update the description bar on stuff to get the exact fabrics used and colors used if I don't know them. That way you guys can find the materials and the patterns. So this is a long dog. No, it's not. Scratch that. This is ink circles. Ta-da! So this is ink circles. The smallest of the red ships, maybe the comparatively small ship of life. He wants to do all three. He's doing this in DMC 666 and 2 variegated floss. One is a Dinky Dyes. Both are Dinky Dyes. I'll have to get those. But that middle band is 2 different variegated flosses, and then the red is 666. He bought a cone of like a big cone of 666 to do these 3 projects in. I'm pretty sure this is a natural linen. I'm not sure of the count. It might be 32. It might be, it's probably 32. I know it's natural linen. So he's done that in the last, I think 2 weeks since we updated. He started this, been boogieing along on it in between his other knitting projects. I'm not going to pull out any of those, just because I don't want to mess anything up. I know he's casted on another hat, and he's been working on his first sock, and yeah, so there's the husband's work of the week. Because we have that big cone of 666, like I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with it, because we're never going to need to buy that red ever again. There is a tiny bit in my Bach Tower design in the door of the tower, like 4 stitches worth. So I'm like, all right, I'm set. I've got what I need. So that's his stuff. And like I said, you can see that hat he did. It was really cool. It had a really neat pattern, the way the yarn striped up. But that's on his Instagram. Okay, so I think I've grabbed just the 3 things that I know I've touched. I don't think I didn't bring, or I don't have images of that secret start that I have. It's what I stitched during the mornings at work and sometimes lunch. But I will show you some of the materials I've been gathering for that. Like I said, that secret start kind of won't be shown until probably it's done. But I have stitched on that. Usually I throw in like, I don't know, 2 lengths of floss a day into that. But what I have been stitching on for the month of March for Stitch Asia is this Dimensions kit. Let me see here. There we go. So this is shaping up to be a statue of Buddha. The kit is called Purity, Strength, and Truth, some arrangement of those words. It's a this is, I think, 16 count, probably 16 count. I've mostly done work in this green on the side here, and I started this little red bit that starts one of the 3 characters are here. So that's what this red starts here. I've put in some more of this dark bits of the folds of his robe, and that's about it. So I really wanted to get some color into this so I could kind of connect to it better. He still doesn't have a head, y'all. I thought about getting up there, but I'm actually probably going to put him away for a while, since he was for the month of March for Stitch Asia. We haven't been watching a lot of Flosstube because we've been really busy, and I haven't made a lot of commentary on this, but I stitched on this, even though it wasn't a lot, almost primarily for that week that we had the really unfortunate shootings in Atlanta. That's not too far from me in Tallahassee. I've got friends in Atlanta, and it was hurtful, and we have a problem in this country. So when I was stitching on this, I wouldn't say it was necessarily meditative, but I found myself not able to not pick this up for a few of those days as I kind of worked through those feelings. So yeah, if you're on this channel, Black Lives Matter, Asian lives mattered, and we need to stop Asian hate. If you're also new to this channel, I'm a historian by trade, and I've done a lot of research, even recently, into some of the Asian American populations and enclaves that we've had in the Southeast and their treatment over time. So this is unfortunately not a new occurrence. So with that being said, let's focus on some peace and tranquility and work through some stuff. Okay, all right, so I worked on that. I really wanted to get more of this kind of done for y'all, but it just didn't happen. I am off work today, and I ended up going to decompress by sleeping in, and then getting lunch and going thrifting, because that's one of my other things to do. It's like my main hobbies are crafting and thrifting. So I just got back from that and set up to come talk to y'all. So I wanted to get the tower done of Kadazan. It hasn't worked out. I have managed to put in some more of the walls here. That's kind of what I've done, is this big fill in here. I'm trying to get up to this roof so I can get into this. So I might start that later today. So this is where I'm at with the Kadazan. This is a pattern that I designed of the Ringling Museum. If you go back a couple of videos, you can find the link. The pattern is free, unless you want to pay for it, in which case it's in my Etsy shop. I did make 2 versions of this. So this is what I kind of think about as the Kadazan during the day. So this is the back side of the building, so the water would be reflecting off of the building, very bright and shiny. But once you get into like sunset territory, the way the stone works is it kind of turns pink and peachy. So I did make a sunset version. So you can also get that version in my Etsy shop, which is TallyStitcher Designs at Etsy. And yeah, so I'm gonna try to get that tower done for y'all before I put this thing away for a little bit too. I now see the wide world of whips, and you always want to stitch on something but you're not sure what, and then you end up not stitching on anything. But okay, so I still like it. It makes me happy the way it stitches up, and the people who've been there say it, it's lovely to see the version of it. So I think it's coming along nice. And then the other thing that I stitched on, I don't think y'all have seen this yet, maybe. Or if I showed, yeah, I think I showed you one piece of this because I had started it for my birthday. And that is my Mirabilia, the scent of old roses. This is, the saga of the fabric for this one was that, I got the fabric from Fabrics by Stephanie, and with all the supply and demand stuff, it took a little while to get here, but it miraculously showed up on my birthday. So that was really exciting. So I haven't gotten, the needle is still in this one, y'all. I haven't gotten super far, but ooh, I like how you can maybe see the fabric going on here. Ooh, yeah, that's nice. So it doesn't show the floss colors properly, but you can see the coolness of the fabric. Okay, so this is like the middle of her dress. This is the start. There's a couple different colors going on in there. This is a 16 count hand-dyed Aida by Fabrics by Stephanie in the Melody colorway. I'm loving how this stitches. It's so, like, because when the Aida gets hand-dyed, it gets a little softer and kind of feels almost like, not quite as supple as Lugana, but it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. So, yeah, I'm glad I got to start this one. I'm trying to see if y'all can get, where does the camera pick up the best? Anyway, it's a beautiful fabric. Almost, not really galaxy-like, but I picked it because towards the top of the pattern, why am I doing bunny ears to y'all? I can just show you. Her little headpiece, dang, has roses in it, and I think it's gonna look really nice on a rosier background. So that's that on that. I'm not. So I was looking at the back of it, or the back of the pattern, which is over there, and I was like, I'm not sure I bought the floss for her skin. So I'm gonna have to look more into that, because I was like, they put that, for some reason they have the floss for the skin on the other side of the pattern, and I'm like, I'm very like, so if it wasn't on that big chunk list, I probably didn't buy it, but that's okay. So now let's get on to haul. So this is a leftover kind of birthday haul. This came like maybe the Monday after my birthday, and I got it with with funds that were given to me by a friend for my birthday. So I told her, you know, what she enabled. And this will be something I probably start later in the year, and you'll see why. This is by the Cricut Collection, number 274, and it is, this is a Vicky Hastings designed. I bought it from an Etsy shop. Of course, I don't have that hanging around, but I just bought it from an Etsy shop to shop small. And it is Sleepy Hollow. It is a big boy. I am not planning on doing it in a 3-part design, although they have this, that's the way this is finished, is in 3 sections. Unless I have to, because the fabric, the design is real long. So I don't know. But I was looking around for Halloween stuff. I don't have any other Halloween stuff, and my husband and I are both kind of picky when it comes to sampler looking stuff. But I love, obviously, the also, welcome to my channel. I love architecture. So I love that this one has 2 little houses. It has the church and it has the farmhouse. It also has some pumpkins, trees, a really spooky little moon, and yeah. So that I will probably start, I don't know, probably October. I just wanted to show y'all before I got lost in the sauce. That is my life. So that's on a 30 count linen. I will not be stitching it on a 30 count linen probably, but it has some fractional stitches in it, so I don't know. I gotta look at it. And it uses DMC and Weeks Dye Works, and the Weeks Dye Works creates the this. Let me see here. Come in. It creates the stonework on the church, the way you just stitch the variegated floss. So that's cool. When I designed the Bach Tower, that's what I'm gonna hopefully get the same effect out of the Weeks Dye Works I used to chart that with. I don't have any updates on Weeks Dye Works. Sorry, I don't have. There's a notification on my phone, and I'm not focused enough. So I didn't. What was I talking about? I didn't touch Bach Tower in the past couple weeks, so if I did, it hardly had anything to do with it. I've been trying to stitch Bach Tower on Sundays when we are in better lighting, when we're doing laundry, because it's on a 25 count Lugana. So I haven't touched it because we've been really busy on the Sundays, like grabbing food, prepping food, having a reception, you know. So I'll get back to that. So that is the pattern. Other stuff has been actual floss haul. So I'm kind of obsessed now with getting like vintage floss, or floss, not necessarily fancy, but from different places. So I kind of went down this rabbit hole because I ended up with inheriting some JP coats that I started the secret project in, and I got a bunch of it, but the project I started working on needs like different greens and a couple different yellows and purples, and I was able to find some vintage, like just a bunch of random floss on Etsy. I already got a package of that a couple weeks ago that y'all saw, but I keep getting more because I can't stop. So this is from, and mostly I'm pillaging for the colors I need for that project, and then I'll have the rest that I will just add to stash to grab for other self plop together things. So this is from Doodleda, the Etsy shop Doodleda. It's called Donna's Doodles. And she's in Indiana, so you can find her at Doodleda, and I'll put that in the description below. And this is a handful of, I think this is all JP coats. Look at that. Look at all them boys. So the way I kind of buy these is I look to see if there's vaguely colors that I need for that project, and then whatever else is just fun to add to it. So this has, like, you know, some whites, some oranges, a couple greens, browns, some lighter pinks, I probably wanted this for the yellows, maybe. And maybe the browns. So, and she also threw in, I probably will re-thrift this myself, because she threw in some mini glitter shakers, y'all. And if you are a crafter, which I imagine you probably identify as one, you know that this is never going to leave your house if it comes in. So I'm kind of like quarantining the glitter for that. So that is from Donna's Doodles, which is doodle-da, one word, at Etsy. The other one I got also, so both of these came today. So I just opened them when I got back from the thrift store. This is from the Little Black Barn Etsy shop, and this is a mix of vintage or not, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, vintage. It's a mixture of DMC, Sullivan's, JP Coats. It's a mixed bargain lot, and that's what I like. Fun story, I get the thrifting bug from my mom, and my mom and my stepdad would go to the thrift store. You know, that was a regular thing to do. And the thrift stores down in central Florida, they would bag like, you know, gallon bags or more of just like Pulp Fiction and like detective novels and like Tom Clancy stuff. Like, you know, you could buy a bag of these books for like, you know, $1, $2, and it would have 5, 6, 7, 8 books in it. You know what I mean? So they would buy those bags, they'd both read them, and then they'd donate them back. And that was like how they did it. So talk about bargain. So, and you know, when we get I get most of my wardrobe is from Goodwill, because I think or other thrift stores, because it's kind of sustainable. It's the price I want to pay. And sometimes you can find the exact stuff that's on the shelf at the stores, you know, just a couple weeks later. It's ridiculous. So, and when I'm done kind of wearing what I'm at, if I've moved to a different style, or I find myself not wearing something, I do the trick with the hanger, where if you haven't worn something in a year or two, I donate it back. So it's just a cycle. It's just a cycle. And the Goodwill system down here, it's a part of the Goodwill Big Bend, and they use their profits to, they have a Goodwill Institute to help with job training, and also to help with I hear there's like scholarship programs, not necessarily for college kids, but for folks with special needs who need, you know, special education teachers, and they need scholarships to attend those schools and programs. And the Goodwill Big Bend system helps fund those as well. So, yeah. So from Goodwill, I did not get any floss, but I have been checking the craft bins, and I grabbed this embroidery set, which I will open with you right now. I grabbed it so I could pilfer the fabric and the hoops. I probably won't do the designs. But it was $2, y'all. So, let's see. What's we got in here? Okay, that's one of the little patterns. Pattern. What have we got? All right, so I may not be pilfering the fabric, because this is definitely like linen. Hey there. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. There's Giuseppe. He's trying to come help. Anyway, it came with 2 sheets of linen, because it is an embroidery kit. I will probably not use this, because I can't see that. But hey, it came with, sorry for the crinkly noises. On earth. Okay. It came with a bag of mystery floss. I don't think it says what kind of floss it is. It just says embroidery floss. But, you know, it looks like a cotton something or other. They're really nice muted colors, actually. Those are some of my favorite color palettes. So I'm pleased. I paid $2 for this. This is awesome. So I got that. And also what I wanted is, it came with a hoop. A little 6-inch hoop. I was a little hoop adverse for a while, but now I'm getting back used to it, and like I guess I'm figuring out how to hold it better so it doesn't hurt my hands as much, and they're not as fiddly. So that'll be good for some small starts, maybe. I think there was one other thing that came that I haven't shown y'all. Let me grab it, because that's what I got today. But hang on one second. Well, no. Let's finish the floss, and I'll grab the other thing. So, in true form, the night before my wedding reception, after I finished a day of prepping food and finishing up, kind of packing things, I still had a couple other crafts to do for my bridesmaids, but, we left and did we get food? I don't know what we did. We left, and I was like, hey, husband, is Joanne still doing that, price is too low to show thing about the DMC floss? Because he gets all of the deals sent to his email and not mine. And he's like, yeah, it should be going on for the rest of the weekend. I was like, so can we go to Joanne so I can like kit something up? And he was like, sure. Because I guess that's how I have like a release. It's like, let me go get some more whatever. Ma'am, where you coming? Sorry. Other kitty is trying to come visit. She's not a holdy kitty, so I probably can't pick her up, but she's coming to investigate. Anyway, no, she's not. Okay. So I ran in there because I wanted to kit up Desert Dawn because I have the fabric for it. And I haven't started it, obviously, because I haven't gotten the floss. Look, he's back. This baby is back. Okay, let me just hold him. So I ran in there and I got most everything for Desert Dawn. And then while I was in there, and I'm like, well, if everything's, 45 cents skeins, let me pick some colors for the Annie Pfeiffer chapel, which is my third design that I'm still working on that I will finish up sometime and have that put in the Etsy shop. And I kind of know the colors that'll go in that. It's very monochromatic, which is just how Frank Lloyd Wright designed his buildings. They usually have very natural materials, usually stuff that you can find in the area that things are being built. He was known for making his own concretes and using the materials of the landscape, which is kind of why some of his buildings fall apart, because he made them very, experimentally. So sometimes the concrete bits don't hold up, or there's a common running joke about his designs is that they have flat roofs and no gutters, so everything gets water damage, which I know to be true of many of the Frank Lloyd Wright sites that I visited. But anyway, a lot of them have like pale woods or concretes or stuccos, sort of. And then the only color that he really uses is, I want to say, I need to look it up. I want to say he called it Cherokee Red. And that's a color that he mixed into his concretes and painted some of his accent features. And it's this very deep, rusty red. And he used that in the floorings and in stairs and in some other things. And then sometimes he used woods, like really warm tone woods. So for the Annie Pfeiffer Chapel, I think this is everything I grabbed. I'm going to be putting together and seeing how these all work together. But they're very much... Hang on here. Let me do I got to figure out my favorite creams and really, really light browns. And then the reds are for the stairway. And then the metalwork at the top of the building. So these are the ones that I grabbed because I know they're in the colorway. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to stitch this on a blue because it's so pale. The bulk of the form is pale. It needs to be stitched on something other than white. And so I got a piece of blue something in the mail. I'm going to do some measuring and I'll see if it'll fit on there when I get the design finished, or if I need to adapt the design to fit that piece of fabric I have, because why not? So I did that. Desert Dawn is sitting here in a pile with me as well. That's a Carolyn Manning design that I've shown you the fabric for, but this is all the called for floss. Well, most of the called for floss. There was a couple that they were out of, but you can check that out. It's just Carolyn Manning, Carolyn Manning's Desert Dawn. Yeah. So that one last thing. Let me go grab it. And we're back. This is inspired again by Ginger Gerald Stitcher. He got this a couple weeks ago, and I immediately jumped to the internet because it was my birthday week. So I got this for my birthday. This came all the way from Germany, and this is a Renato Perelin book of different houses of the European countryside. I think it's really neat because they have it broken up by region, and he and I were chatting a bit of like how we would stitch these. Like, would you stitch them all together? Would you stitch them like a neighborhood? Would you stitch them like a band? Would you stitch them by region? Lots of options. It's in Italian and French, neither of which I really speak, but the charts are just color charts. So I'm pretty sure he's got a narrative going. I think one of these, not necessarily one of these in my hand, but one of these in this book is like his grandparents' house, his great-grandparents' house. But he's made it look like a little travel book. Look at how cute that is. So Amazon didn't have this, or I don't know. I got this from Abe Books, which technically is owned by Amazon. But what I wanted to show you is I love books that do this. I have a Frank Lloyd Wright architecture book that does this, and I can show you this part. So he's got 3 in here that do this. That fold out really big. So I let the Stampede go by. I love that, and that's very Renato Perelin to have that really long, short architecture bit, or trees or stuff. So I'm gonna ruminate on how I want to do this. I thought about stitching I think it's 2 or 3 that are long like that. Stitching all of those together, that could be interesting. And then doing the other houses, maybe even a neighborhood style, but by region, is what I've thought about. So, but it's cute. I'm gonna cover this because it's kind of the pattern. It's cute, but like my hand covers the pattern for this one. The user friendliness may not be there for everybody. But the patterns only have between, a dozen and to maybe 2 dozen colors, so they're easy to follow. But that was exciting. It was exciting for it to arrive from Germany in a pretty decent amount of time. I think maybe 2 or 3 weeks it got here. And yeah, so I got it from Abe Books. Unless it's pronounced Abe, I don't know. But yeah, so that was the last of what I would consider a birthday haul. Because I bought it during my birthday week and it just got here a couple weeks later. So yeah, my plans are we need to, we'll be cleaning up from reception stuff and recovering probably for the next week. And then we'll get back into a rhythm of working on stuff. I'll probably put Buddha away. I don't know if I want to start Desert Dawn just yet or if I want to finish something first. I'm probably 60% done with the Kadazan. I think if I finish that, maybe I'll start Desert Dawn. So I'll keep working on my Mirabilia, the Kadazan, and figure out something else. Kind of get Bach Tower a little more worked up over the weekend. And yeah, so thanks for stopping by. We'll probably get back to weekly videos if there's enough progress to show. Like a husband has been stitching up a storm on his knitting, so he has stuff to show. He's much more focused than I am, but children. So I'm gonna end it since the cats are fighting. But thank you again for stopping by. I hope you have a great week. It's Monday. In case I didn't say that, Monday, March 29th. So thank you. Again, this is Lydia, the TallyStitcher. And my cats are just All right. Bye, y'all.
Well, just another bowl of butterbean or pan